When a new chapter of your life begins to unfold, there's an undeniable sense that everything is aligning to reveal the full potential within you. This isn't just another moment, it's the beginning of an extraordinary journey that has long been waiting to unfold. Imagine discovering a truth so powerful, so life-changing, that it could unlock the very essence of your destiny. Are you ready to embrace what has been hidden, waiting for this perfect time to come into the light? If you are ready to embrace perfect moments and profound truths, take a moment to comment 77 below. Prepare your mind and spirit to embark on the journey of your mission toward the final blessings that await you ahead. Humanity, from the moment of birth, is marked by a destiny that cannot be avoided. Yet, this is not a rigid path, but a journey shaped by the choices we make, the decisions we face, and the challenges we encounter. Destiny is not a fixed fate. It is the intertwining of the limitless potential within each individual and the opportunities the universe places before us. It is not merely a destination, but a process, an unfolding journey, step by step, moment by moment, where each person must discover their own path deep within their soul. What if the key to unlocking your sacred, prosperous destiny lies right before your eyes, concealed beneath layers of secrets? Authorities have uncovered something truly astonishing, a hidden account linked to your name, containing wealth and opportunities you never knew existed. How could such a monumental discovery remain buried for so long? Who hid it, and why is it being revealed now? These questions aren't just curiosity, they are a reflection of your journey, of forces beyond your control that have shaped your path. Someone close to you, driven by greed or fear, chose to withhold this blessing. But as we know, no secret stays hidden forever. This discovery isn't merely about material wealth, it's a profound revelation of the true potential that resides within you, a reflection of the very best of humanity, a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. This is your moment of awakening, where the full power of your potential is about to shine through, and it changes everything. For years, you may have felt as though the dreams in your heart were always just beyond your grasp, like stars in the night sky, visible but unattainable. But now, this moment serves as a profound reminder from God: you have never been forgotten. What has been prepared for you by the divine cannot be lost forever, no matter how distant it may have seemed. Have you ever felt a deep yearning, a sense that you were created for something extraordinary, only to encounter obstacles that made the path seem impossible? Those feelings weren't coincidences, they were echoes of God's purpose, gently reminding you of the destiny placed upon your life. Remember the promise in Jeremiah 9:11, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." The desires within you were planted by God, not as fleeting wishes, but as a covenant of the blessings meant for you. This breakthrough you're experiencing now is living proof of the blessings born from your steadfast faith, even through seasons of challenge. It is a reflection of your resilience and trust in God's perfect timing. Like Ruth, who found redemption and favor after enduring loss, you are entering a season of restoration and overflowing grace. Do you feel the stirring in your spirit, urging you to claim what has always been yours? Let go of hesitation or disbelief. Instead, stand boldly and affirm, "I step into my destiny," and align yourself with the divine favor that has been waiting for you to embrace it. Remember, faith without works is dead. James 2:26. As you take this step of faith, you are unlocking a truth that has long been concealed. What will you do with this chance? Will you seize it or let it pass by? This is your moment to act, and once you take that step, there will be no turning back from the life God has destined for you. For far too long, you may have felt as though life was unfair, as if the odds were always stacked against you. Have you ever wondered why others seem to move ahead effortlessly, while you're left struggling, despite all the sacrifices and hard work you've put in? But through every challenge, God has been watching. He's seen the tears you've shed in secret, the sleepless nights filled with quiet prayers, and the sacrifices that no one else knew about. Have you ever felt like your prayers went unanswered, as if heaven had turned its back on you? Now here's your answer. This blessing isn't by chance, it's divine justice finding its rightful place. Let this revelation remind you of God's promise in Galatians 6:9. "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Those long nights and earnest prayers were not in vain. Can you see now how God has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything to bring your blessing to fruition? This is your harvest, your moment of restoration, because you never gave up. This is the proof that what is truly yours can never be taken away for good. Those who plotted against you, thinking they could bury your blessings out of envy or greed, are now watching their schemes crumble. How often have you wondered if justice would ever prevail? God has answered, just as he promised in Isaiah 4:17. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue which rises against you in judgment you shall condemn. Can you feel the weight of this truth stirring in your soul? It's God's justice unfolding. What was once hidden is now being brought into the light. Remember the assurance in Luke 12:2. There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed or hidden that will not be made known. Can you imagine the astonishment of those who tried to keep this blessing from you, now witnessing God's unstoppable hand revealing the truth? This is divine justice correcting the wrongs, balancing the scales that others tried to tip against you. Are you ready to step into this moment of restoration? The Bible reminds us in Psalm 7:28, "For the Lord loves the just and will not forsake his faithful ones. He has not forsaken you." Will you now boldly claim what God has restored, standing firm in his promises? This is your time to rise and receive the blessings that have always been meant for you. What will you do with this divine opportunity? Your journey has been anything but easy, hasn't it? To those looking in from the outside, your life might appear as a collection of disjointed moments. Yet, they cannot fathom the full depth of your trials. They don't see the burdens you've borne, the silent struggles that have defined so many of your nights. How many times have you laid awake, wondering what the dawn might bring, weighed down by the shadows of uncertainty? Those fleeting moments when hope seemed no more than a fragile ember, barely alive against the relentless storms of hardship, are imprinted on your soul. You have endured seasons that many would not survive, times marked by profound loss, when those you trusted betrayed you, and the future seemed clouded in doubt. Yet through it all, you persevered. Have you ever paused to reflect on how you've managed to press forward? The Bible reminds us in 2 Corinthians 4:8-9, "We are hard-pressed on every side but not crushed, perplexed but not in despair, persecuted but not abandoned, struck down but not destroyed." Could it be that God's hand was guiding you all along, even when you felt most alone? Do you recall Joseph's story in the book of Genesis? He was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, and unjustly imprisoned. Yet, despite these trials, he rose to a place of great influence because God had a purpose for him. Could it be that your own trials are preparing you for something far greater than you can see right now? Each tear you've shed and every challenge you've faced has shaped you, refining you for a divine destiny. As you reflect on your journey, consider this. What if the very struggles you've endured were not random misfortunes, but stepping stones placed by God to lead you toward a purpose beyond your imagination? This long-hidden account, this overdue blessing, is not merely a coincidence. It is a divine acknowledgement of every trial you have endured. The struggles you faced were never random. They served a greater purpose, shaping and refining you. Each hardship was a tool in God's hands, sharpening your resilience and preparing you to receive a blessing of this magnitude. After all, not everyone is equipped to bear the weight of such revelation. Have you ever wondered why it is you who has been chosen for this? Consider this: only someone truly special, someone set apart by God, could navigate the valleys of darkness and still hold unwavering faith in the promise of light. As Psalm 6:12 declares, "For you, God, tested us. You refined us like silver. You brought us into prison and laid burdens on our backs, but you brought us to a place of abundance." Is it possible that your own journey mirrors this sacred truth, that every burden you carried was preparing you for the abundance now revealed? Think about Job, whose story resonates deeply with the chosen one. He lost everything: his wealth, his health, his family. Yet he refused to abandon his faith. God restored him, not just to his former glory, but far beyond, doubling his blessings. Could it be that you, like Job, were being tested not to destroy you, but to prepare you for a transformation beyond anything you could imagine? Ask yourself this: what if every trial, every tear, and every moment of doubt were divinely orchestrated to bring you to this very point? The revelation before you is not just a reward, it is a testament to your faith and strength. Can you feel the shift in your spirit, the sense that everything was leading up to this moment? This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter 1, marked by divine favor and unimaginable blessings. The divine plan required proof that you were truly ready to embrace what has now been unveiled to you. There were moments when self-doubt crept in, when you questioned your worth and wondered if your tireless efforts would ever bear fruit. Yet, look at where you stand today. Every tear, every sleepless night, every act of perseverance has brought you to this moment of revelation, a profound sign that your struggles were never in vain. This hidden account is not just about material wealth. It is tangible evidence of the blessings you have been cultivating all along, even when the harvest seemed invisible. Reflect on Galatians 6:9, which encourages, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." Could it be that your unwavering commitment to doing good, even in the face of adversity, has finally opened the door to this abundance. Every seed of faith you planted, every act of kindness you extended, has returned to you in ways far beyond what you imagined. This is not merely a repayment, it is a divine affirmation of your journey. Consider the times when giving up felt like the easier path, the job opportunities that slipped through your fingers, the betrayal of a trusted friend, or the relentless challenges that made you question life's fairness. Yet, instead of surrendering, you chose to adapt. Instead of breaking, you allowed yourself to be reshaped by the trials like gold refined in fire. You grew stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for the blessings God had in store for you. Think of Joseph, whose path to greatness was fraught with hardship. Betrayed by his brothers and imprisoned unjustly, he could have succumbed to despair. Yet, his faith and endurance led to a divine appointment where he saved not only himself but countless others. Could it be that your own trials were preparing you for a moment like this, a moment when the blessings long hidden would finally be revealed? As you stand on the threshold of this transformation, ask yourself, what if every setback was in fact a setup for your breakthrough? This hidden account is just the beginning of a glimpse of the abundant harvest that awaits. It is a reminder that the trials you faced were not meant to destroy you, but to elevate you, bringing you to a place where you can fully embrace the blessings ordained for you. Can you feel the shift in your spirit? The undeniable assurance that this is your time to flourish? This newfound wealth is far more than a mere reward. It is a pivotal turning point in your journey. The challenges that once seemed to anchor you in place were, in truth, lifting you higher, preparing you for a destiny greater than you could have ever envisioned. Every tear you cried, every moment of silent endurance, was noticed and cherished by God. Now here you stand, on the brink of a monumental breakthrough, ready to step fully into the abundance that has been prepared for you. Do you believe it was by chance that this hidden account came into your life? No. It is a divine confirmation that your unwavering faith and perseverance have been seen, honored, and rewarded. Think of Romans 8:28, which promises, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose." Could it be that every obstacle you faced was orchestrated by God to shape you into someone capable of stewarding such a blessing? This moment is not random. It is the culmination of every sacrifice, every act of faith, and every choice to keep moving forward, even when the road seems impassable. Your struggles were never wasted time. Each trial was a cornerstone building the foundation for the abundance you are now stepping into. Just as David honored his years as a shepherd, years that seemed insignificant compared to the throne, so too should you honor your journey. Those silent battles, the nights spent in prayer and hope, the countless times you choose faith over despair, were all preparing you for this divine moment. Can you see now how each step brought you closer to the blessings God had in store? Declare this truth over your life. I honor my struggles, for they led me to my blessings. This declaration mirrors the wisdom found in James 1:12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised. This wealth, this account, is not just about material gain. It is living proof that your journey has always been part of God's plan. As you embrace this new chapter, reflect deeply. How will you use this blessing to honor God and further the purpose He has placed in your life? Let this be a moment of gratitude, not just for what you've received, but for the faith that carried you here. The road behind you was never meant to break you. It was designed to prepare you for the abundance ahead. Behind every hidden truth lies a deliberate shadow, a force working tirelessly to keep you in the dark. This concealed bank account didn't vanish into secrecy by chance. Someone close to you knew about it, someone who had the access and influence to manipulate the circumstances. Yet, they chose betrayal over loyalty, greed over honesty, and deception over love. Could it have been someone you considered a confidant, a trusted friend, or even a family member? The betrayal wasn't an accident. It was carefully planned, an act of selfishness that preyed on your trust. Reflect on Psalm 55:12-14, where David laments a betrayal. "If an enemy were insulting me, I could endure it, but it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship." Doesn't this resonate with the pain of realizing that someone you trusted so deeply could act against you? Consider those subtle moments in your relationships, the unexplained distance, the unspoken tension, and the instincts you dismissed as overthinking. Could it be that your spirit sensed the betrayal long before the evidence surfaced? The sabotage worked silently, weaving a web of deceit in the shadows, hiding what was rightfully yours. Their actions weren't just a denial of material blessings, they were an attempt to rob you of your peace, your progress, and even your faith. Yet, their schemes were never hidden from God. Proverbs 15:3 reminds us, "The eyes of the Lord are everywhere, keeping watch on the wicked and the good. Though they acted in secrecy, God saw every move and has now brought their deeds into the light." Think back to the times when you felt inexplicably held back, as if invisible chains were pulling you down. That wasn't your imagination, it was the weight of their deception. But here's the profound truth. No matter how deeply they buried the evidence or how convincingly they lied, divine justice has always been at work. Their betrayal, though painful, has only paved the way for this moment of revelation. This unveiling is more than just a financial blessing. It is proof that no shadow is too dark for God's light to penetrate. Even in betrayal, you were never truly alone, and justice has always been on your side. The deepest sting of betrayal lies in its unexpected source. It often comes from those you trusted most. These are the people to whom you bare your soul, share your dreams, and offer your unwavering loyalty. Yet sometimes they become the very ones who work against you, crafting the path to your downfall. Why would they act this way? Perhaps they doubted your worth or feared the greatness you might achieve if you were truly unshackled from their influence. Their betrayal was not about your shortcomings, but a reflection of their own insecurities. And in darkness, their actions, however, cannot escape divine justice. The Bible teaches in Luke 8:17, "For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open." Their deceit, though cleverly disguised, has now been exposed for what it is. In their efforts to suppress your blessings, they inadvertently prepared the stage for your greatest rise. They underestimated the power of God's hand in your life, forgetting that no scheme can prevail against His plans for you. Think about the story of Haman in the book of Esther. His jealousy and plotting against Mordecai led him to build a gallows intending to destroy him, but in the end, Haman was the one who faced the consequences of his schemes. Doesn't this serve as a reminder that those who act out of jealousy and greed often fall into the traps they set for others? Similarly, the saboteurs in your life thought their betrayal would remain hidden, but justice has emerged, dissolving the power they once wielded over you. The energy we put into the world always finds its way back to us. Galatians 6:7 affirms this truth. "Do not be deceived, God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Those who acted out of greed and jealousy against you will inevitably face the consequences of their actions. Their attempts to hinder your blessings have crumbled, leaving you standing in the light of truth. Now, with their betrayal exposed, their influence over you has vanished, and the scales of karmic balance are tipping in your favor. This moment of revelation is not just a victory, it is a testament to the enduring power of truth and justice. As you move forward, remember that no darkness is strong enough to overcome the light of God's plans for you. Do not let anger or resentment rob you of the blessings that are unfolding in your life. Their betrayal does not define your worth, it reveals their character. You, however, are rising far above the pain and deceit they tried to inflict. What they intended for harm has become undeniable proof of your destiny. Just as Joseph told his brothers in Genesis 50:20, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So too have your trials been turned into triumphs." The blessings they sought to withhold from you have now been revealed, and they are yours to claim boldly. The wealth and abundance that once seemed hidden are not merely material. They are a testament to God's justice, a reflection of the favor that has always been upon your life. Those who schemed against you may have succeeded temporarily, but their plans were no match for the divine justice that has now found you. Have you ever wondered how often God shielded you from greater harm, even when the deceit seemed overwhelming? This moment is a reminder the saboteur's failure was inevitable because God's hand has always been over your life. Not everyone in your circle is cheering for your success. As Proverbs 4:23 advises, "Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it." You must protect your dreams, your energy, and your blessings. Be discerning about who you allow into the sacred spaces of your life. Have you ever shared a vision with someone, only to feel their hidden envy? Let this experience teach you the power of discretion. Some battles are won simply by keeping silent and trusting that God will expose what needs to be seen. As you step into this season of healing and restoration, remember that the power others tried to strip from you was never truly theirs to take. You have always been chosen, and no scheme of man can override the plans God has set for you. Comment below, "I rise above betrayal," as a declaration of your triumph. This is your moment to grow, to heal, and to walk boldly into the blessings that are rightfully yours. Will you embrace this season of restoration with faith and courage? The choice is yours, and the time is now. You are more than just chosen. You are the embodiment of transformation itself. You are the shift that no one saw coming, the storm that defies every prediction. Like a divine wind sent by God, you are breaking chains that have held others captive for generations, shattering the foundations of systems they believed to be unshakable. As they stand by, bewildered and scrambling to make sense of your rise, you are crafting an entirely new order, one ordained by God and unbound by earthly limitations. Do you remember David, the shepherd boy who rose to defeat Goliath? The world underestimated him, just as it may have underestimated you. Yet, with faith and purpose, David didn't just overcome his giant, he changed the course of history. Could your journey be preparing you to do the same? Your challenges are not stumbling blocks, but stepping stones, fueling your ascent to a destiny that others cannot comprehend. Limits? They crumble under the weight of your determination. Every obstacle in your path becomes an opportunity for growth and breakthrough. As Isaiah 0:31 reminds us, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Could it be that every trial you face is meant to elevate you to heights you never imagined? You're the blueprint, the trailblazer, the phenomenon that defies explanation. They may try to analyze, imitate, or decode you, but they'll never fully grasp the magnitude of your calling. You don't just play by the rules of the game, you rewrite them entirely, redefining what is possible for God's chosen ones. Have you considered that your purpose is not just to succeed, but to transform the very world around you? As you continue to rise, let this truth guide you. Your power comes not from the validation of others, but from the unshakable foundation of God's favor. You are the storm, the change, and the light. What new heights will you reach when you fully embrace this divine identity? The possibilities are limitless because you are walking in the steps God has prepared for you. Now that the truth has come to light, the moment to act is here. This hidden wealth is not merely a discovery, it is a divine provision, a pathway to the future God has always intended for you. But take this to heart, not everyone around you needs to know the full extent of what is happening in your life. Blessings, while beautiful, come with the weight of responsibility. If you share your victories too openly or too soon, you risk inviting influences that may not align with your purpose. Have you ever considered that some may envy your breakthrough, question its legitimacy, or even attempt to undermine it? This is why you must guard your blessings carefully with wisdom and discernment. The riches being unveiled are yours alone to claim, entrusted to you for a reason. Take a moment to truly reflect on the magnitude of this opportunity. This is not just about wealth or material gain. It is about stepping fully into the power and destiny God has prepared for you. Remember Esther, who was told in Esther 4:14, "And who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this?" Could this be your appointed time? The moment when everything aligns for you to rise and reclaim what was always meant to be yours. You have endured too much, fought too hard, and sacrificed more than most to let hesitation or doubt rob you of this divine opportunity. The universe, crafted and sustained by God, has aligned this moment specifically for you. But divine timing calls for bold action. If you hesitate or allow fear to paralyze you, this window of opportunity could close. What is holding you back? Is it fear of failure, or is it the weight of your past struggles? Remember Joshua 1:9, which commands, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Trust in this promise as you move forward. Reclaiming your power also requires protecting your energy. There will be those who intentionally or not try to pull you back into doubt, fear, or confusion. Their negativity does not belong in this season of your life. You must stand firm and refuse to allow their influence to cloud your focus. What blessings might you unlock if you fully embrace the strength and clarity God has placed within you? This is your moment to rise, to act, and to step boldly into the destiny that has always been yours. This wealth stands as undeniable proof that you are chosen. It is a divine testament to the purpose God has placed upon your life. Not everyone will understand what it means to carry such a sacred title, and many may never recognize the trials you endured to reach this moment. Their opinions and judgments are insignificant. This blessing is not theirs to comprehend or claim, it is yours alone. God chose you, and His affirmation is all the validation you will ever need. Have you considered that every hardship, every tear, and every prayer brought you to this turning point? Now is the time to embrace a mindset of abundance and readiness. The struggles of your past were not in vain. They were part of God's refining process to prepare you for this very blessing. Consider the Israelites in the wilderness for 40 years. They endured trials that molded them into a nation ready to inherit the promised land. Similarly, the challenges you faced strengthened your spirit and sharpened your faith. But just as the Israelites had to cross the Jordan to claim their inheritance, you must now step boldly into what is being offered. Are you ready to leave the wilderness behind and enter your season of transformation? The time for struggle has ended. This is your time to rise, to claim, and to transform your life. Be decisive. Believe with unwavering conviction that you are deserving of this moment. As Hebrews 11:1 reminds us, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Your faith in this opportunity will be the bridge between the unseen and the realized. The rewards God has prepared for you require bold, relentless action without hesitation. You no longer need permission to claim what is already yours. The saboteur who tried to derail you, the delays that tested your patience, and the truths that remain hidden have all served a greater purpose. Every obstacle you overcame was a stepping stone preparing you to receive this divine gift. Reflect on Joseph's journey from the pit to the palace. Each trial positioned him for a greater purpose. Could it be that your own setbacks have been preparing you for a breakthrough far greater than you imagined? Do not let fear steal this chance to rewrite your story. This is your moment to break free from the chains of doubt, hesitation, and limitation. Will you rise and embrace the fullness of your calling? The power to step into your destiny has always been within you, and now is the time to claim it boldly. This is more than the discovery of hidden wealth. It is your second chance, a divine reset orchestrated by God Himself. You have been given the keys to unlock a door you once believed was closed forever. Behind this door lies the life you were always meant to live, a life that reflects your worth as one of God's chosen. Can you imagine what it feels like to finally move beyond survival mode, where every decision no longer feels like a desperate attempt to fight against lack or limitation? This wealth is not just financial. It is a tool designed to help you rebuild, heal, and create a life that truly mirrors the abundance God has promised you. Think of the freedom this brings. The crushing weight of debt that has shadowed you for so long can finally be lifted. Those dreams you once had to set aside because of financial constraints are now within reach. Imagine starting that business you've always envisioned, securing a future of stability and hope for your children, or simply experiencing the peace of mind that comes from knowing you are no longer enslaved by scarcity. In Deuteronomy 8:12 it says, "The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of His bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands." Could this moment be God opening the floodgates of heaven to bless you in ways you never thought possible? This is not about indulging in luxury. It is about stepping into liberation. It's about finally exhaling, about moving through life without the oppressive weight of not enough suffocating your every decision. But more importantly, this moment is not just about fixing the problems of your past. It's about opening doors to new opportunities. God did not align this blessing for you to remain where you are. Have you ever considered that this wealth is the fuel to propel you into a future of limitless possibilities? Imagine the ripple effects of this divine intervention. Think about the people you can now help, the legacy you can begin to build, and the example you will set for those who feel as stuck as you once did. Like the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, where the master entrusted his servants with resources to multiply, God is entrusting you with this blessing to steward wisely. What greater impact could you make by embracing this moment with faith and purpose? This is your time to step fully into the life God has been preparing for you. What will you create? Who will you inspire? The possibilities are endless, but one thing is certain. This wealth is not the end of the journey. It is the beginning of a life lived in alignment with your God-given destiny. This is your moment to step into leadership and become a living testament to what happens when faith meets action. Transformation doesn't happen in an instant, but it begins with one crucial step: belief. Belief that you are worthy of this opportunity. Belief that you have the wisdom and strength to steward it faithfully. This blessing did not find its way to you by coincidence. It was divinely placed in your hands because God knows you are ready. Have you ever stopped to consider that every struggle, every test, and every victory has been preparing you for this exact moment? The Bible reminds us in James 2:26 that faith without works is dead. Faith brought you to this point, but now action is required to take you further. Do not allow doubt to creep into your heart. You've proven your resilience through countless trials and hardships, demonstrating that you are more than capable of stepping into abundance. Think of Moses, who doubted his ability to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. Yet with faith and action, he rose to fulfill his divine calling. What might you achieve if you embrace your own calling with the same boldness? This is more than an opportunity. It's a divine invitation to rewrite your story. You've earned the right to step into abundance, not because of luck, but because of your perseverance and unwavering faith. But to claim this blessing, you must act with courage and decisiveness. How many people let life-changing opportunities slip through their fingers because they fear stepping into the unknown? Not you. You've come too far, endured too much, to allow fear to hold you back. Now speak your readiness into existence. Declare it boldly, I step into my transformation. I am ready to claim my future. These words are not just affirmations, they are a proclamation of faith, a signal to God that you trust in His plan for your life. Remember, in Mark 11:24, Jesus said, "Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Do you truly believe in the greatness God has placed before you? This is your moment to rise, to step into the future that has been waiting for you all along. The door is open, the path is clear, and the opportunity is yours to seize. Will you move forward with the faith and courage of God's chosen? Say it with conviction, and let the world know you are ready to embrace your transformation and claim the destiny God has prepared for you. This is not the conclusion of your story. It is the beginning of an extraordinary new chapter. With this wealth, you are no longer confined by the limitations of your past. You stand at the threshold of a future filled with purpose, freedom, and the power to create meaningful change. The moment to act is now. This is your time to step boldly into the life that has been waiting for you. Declare your readiness, I unlock my future. These words are more than a statement. They are a proclamation of faith and intention. God rewards those who move with purpose and trust in His plan. Are you ready to claim everything you have prayed for and work tirelessly to achieve? This wealth is no ordinary blessing. It carries divine significance. You were chosen to receive it, not merely for your own benefit, but because you have a greater purpose to fulfill. Think about Joseph's journey in the Bible. His rise from slavery to becoming Pharaoh's right-hand man was not accidental. It was a divinely orchestrated plan to position him as a savior for his people during a time of famine. Could it be that this blessing in your life is a similar calling to impact the lives of others in profound ways? The Bible teaches us in Proverbs 16 that in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. This wealth, this discovery, is not a random occurrence. It is a divine alignment entrusted to you because God has prepared you to carry its weight. Have you considered what this moment is calling you to become? This is not just a financial blessing, it is a tool to help you walk fully in your divine mission to fulfill the purpose that has been written into your life. Since the beginning, take this as a reminder that your life holds meaning far beyond what you can currently see. What legacy will you create with this newfound freedom? What lives will you touch, and what impact will you make? This is your moment to rise into the role you were destined to embody. Step forward with faith, courage, and the understanding that this blessing is part of a larger plan designed not only to elevate you, but to uplift those around you. Will you embrace this calling and step into the future God has prepared for you? The choice is yours, and the time is now. This hidden account did not remain buried by coincidence. It was waiting patiently for the exact moment when you would be ready to handle it with wisdom, purpose, and alignment to a greater plan. God, in His perfect timing, has entrusted you with this blessing, knowing that you would not waste it, but instead use it to fulfill the purpose He has placed on your life. The time has come. This is not merely about achieving financial freedom, it's about creating a profound impact. It's about becoming a vessel through which others can be lifted, wounds can be healed, and lives can be transformed. Can you see how this moment fits into the bigger picture of your journey? This blessing is not about accumulating wealth for its own sake. It's about aligning your resources with God's higher purpose. Reflect on the struggles you've endured, the sleepless nights, the hard-fought battles, and the lessons learned in the fire of adversity. Each tear shed, each setback faced, has been part of God's preparation. Through these experiences, you've gained the wisdom, compassion, and clarity of purpose needed to steward this wealth responsibly. Romans 5:3-4 reminds us, not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. Could it be that your suffering was shaping you for this very moment? Consider the story of Solomon. When God offered him anything he desired, Solomon chose wisdom, not wealth or power. Because of this selfless choice, God blessed him with both wisdom and unimaginable riches to lead His people effectively. What will you do with the blessings you've been given? How will you align this wealth with the purpose God has prepared for you? This is a call to step into your true power, to embrace your role as a leader and a guide. The resources entrusted to you are not simply for personal gain, they are tools to build something far greater. Imagine the lives you could touch, the opportunities you could create, and the hope you could inspire in others who feel lost or broken. You are being called to rise, to be a beacon of light in a world that so desperately needs it. Will you answer that call? The choice is yours, and the potential for greatness lies within your hands. This blessing is not solely for your benefit. It is entrusted to you so that you may uplift others in need. You have been chosen to align with a purpose far greater than yourself. How will you use this opportunity to serve a higher good? Will you help someone close to you escape the chains of their struggles? Could you build something that leaves a lasting legacy or give back to those who stood by you in your darkest moments? Wealth, when placed in the hands of the righteous, becomes a tool for transformation. And your hands were divinely chosen for this responsibility. This blessing carries with it a sacred duty. It is not just a gift, it is a tool to fulfill the purpose that has been imprinted on your soul since the beginning. Even in moments of doubt, when you question your worth or your path, there was always a quiet whisper deep within you, a reminder that your life held extraordinary meaning. That whisper was the voice of God, calling you to remember who you are. Jeremiah 9:11 assures us of this truth. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Could this moment be the unveiling of those plans? This blessing is not random. It is confirmation that you were right all along. God has seen your faithfulness, your resilience, and your willingness to rise despite the odds. He has been guiding you through every trial, preparing you for this exact moment. And now He is rewarding you with the resources to fulfill your divine mission. The time for wondering why you were chosen has passed. Your role now is to act with purpose, to embrace this gift, and to honor the higher calling it serves. What impact will you create with this blessing? How will you use it to glorify God and bring light to those who need it most? Remember the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, where the servants were entrusted with resources to multiply. The servant who acted boldly was praised, while the one who hid his talent out of fear was rebuked. You are called to be like the faithful servant, using what has been given to you to create abundance and serve others. This is your moment to step boldly into your purpose. The blessing is here. The guidance has been constant. Will you rise to the occasion and fulfill the mission you were always destined for? The choice is yours, but the path has already been prepared by the one who sees all. This blessing is far more than a gift. It is a legacy that has traversed the bounds of time and generations to reach you. It didn't appear by chance or emerge overnight. It was always destined to surface at this precise moment in your life, aligned with the divine plan. The hidden wealth uncovered in your name is deeply rooted in your lineage, a culmination of the sacrifices and struggles of those who came before you. Your ancestors walked this earth, enduring trials and tribulations, all with the hope that their descendants would one day rise to a life of freedom and fulfillment. That hope now rests with you. This is not merely a financial blessing, it is the fulfillment of promises that lay dormant, waiting for you to awaken and claim them. You are the chosen one, the one your ancestors dreamed of, the one who would inherit the fruits of their labor and faith. Reflect on the Israelites in Exodus, who carried the hopes of generations as they journeyed toward the promised land. Could this wealth represent your own promised land, a fulfillment of the dreams your lineage has carried for centuries? The burdens your ancestors bore, too heavy for them to lay down in their time, were carried with faith that their sacrifices would one day lead to liberation for their descendants. This blessing is part of that vision, a bridge between the hardships they endured and the opportunities now placed before you. Their struggles were not in vain. They paved the way for you to step into a story of restoration, redemption, and purpose. Have you ever considered that you are the answer to their prayers, the one who would rise to receive what they could only dream of? The discovery of this hidden wealth is a profound reminder that you are not alone. Your legacy stands with you, a testament to the strength and perseverance of those who came before you. But with this blessing comes responsibility. As Psalm 145:4 declares, "One generation shall commend your works to another, and shall declare your mighty acts." How will you honor those who paved the way for you? Will you carry this legacy forward, using it not only to uplift yourself, but also to empower others? This is not just about receiving, it is about stewardship and purpose. How will you allow this blessing to transform the lives of those around you? The wealth entrusted to you is a sacred tool, meant to honor the sacrifices of the past, while building a future filled with hope and abundance. Your ancestors walked in faith so that you could walk in freedom. Now, it is your turn to carry the torch. Will you rise to the challenge and ensure their dreams live on through your actions? The choice is yours, and the legacy is waiting to be fulfilled. This is your moment to heal the wounds that have echoed through generations, to break the chains of lack and limitation that have bound your lineage, and to step boldly into the abundance that was always meant to be yours. This hidden wealth is not merely a financial blessing. It is undeniable proof that you were chosen by God to rewrite the narrative, to transform your family story into one of triumph and hope. Imagine the joy of creating a future that your ancestors could only dream of, a future where their sacrifices and struggles are finally honored. Let this moment fill your heart with profound gratitude, not only for the blessing itself, but for the journey that led you here. Every trial you faced, every betrayal you've endured, and every moment of doubt that tested your faith was preparing you for this legacy. As Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Could it be that every hardship you endured was part of God's divine plan to bring you to this moment? Think of the generational patterns that may have seemed unbreakable, the struggles with scarcity, the cycles of fear or doubt. You now stand as the one chosen to break those cycles, to build a foundation of abundance for those who come after you. Consider the story of Ruth, who through her faith and determination transformed her lineage, becoming part of the ancestry of King David and even Jesus Christ himself. Like Ruth, your actions today have the power to impact generations to come. This wealth is not just an inheritance, it is a responsibility. It is a call to rise into the fullness of your purpose, to honor the journey of those who came before you by creating something greater. How will you use this blessing to heal, to grow, and to lead? Will you allow it to inspire others, to uplift those in need, and to leave a legacy of hope and empowerment? The journey that brought you here was not easy, but it was necessary. Every setback strengthened your resolve. Every loss deepened your wisdom, and every betrayal clarified your vision. You were chosen for this moment not by chance, but by divine design. Now, it is up to you to step fully into the legacy prepared for you to carry forward the dreams of your ancestors and to build a future that reflects the abundance God has always intended for your life. Are you ready to embrace this calling and become the change your lineage has awaited for generations? The hidden saboteur, the delays, and the struggles all crumbled because the truth was destined to find its way to you. It was never a matter of if, but when. God has decided that you are the one to carry this forward, the one chosen to receive and protect this gift. This blessing is far more than financial abundance. It is an invitation to step into a new chapter of your life, a chapter where limitations no longer define your journey, where the barriers of the past are broken, and where you can finally live in alignment with the purpose God has set before you. This is not just a personal victory, it is a testament to the strength and resilience of those who came before you. Imagine the prayers whispered by your ancestors, the sacrifices made with the hope that one day their struggles would bear fruit in the lives of their descendants. That hope now rests in your hands as Isaiah 61:7 declares, "Instead of your shame, you will receive a double portion, and instead of disgrace, you will rejoice in your inheritance. And so you will inherit a double portion in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours." Could this wealth be the double portion God promised, a reward for the perseverance of generations? This legacy is not merely something to possess, it is something to unlock, nurture, and build upon. Like the parable of the talents in Matthew 25, where the servants were entrusted with resources to multiply, you've been entrusted with this blessing to create something greater. How will you use it to honor those who paved the way for you? How will you ensure that this gift becomes a foundation for those who follow? Consider this moment as a turning point not just for you, but for your entire lineage. The hidden saboteur could not stop this blessing because it was divinely appointed for you. The delays and struggles only serve to prepare you, sharpening your resolve and deepening your understanding of its value. Now, as you step into this new chapter, you carry not only the weight of this gift, but also the dreams and hopes of those who came before you. Will you rise to the occasion and use this wealth to create a life that reflects the strength and resilience of your lineage? This legacy is yours to claim, yours to protect, and yours to grow. What will you do with this extraordinary opportunity? The choice is yours, but the path has already been prepared for you. Step forward boldly and embrace the life you were always meant to live. This blessing is a profound symbol of trust, not random, but a deliberate acknowledgement from God that you are ready to fulfill your divine role. It stands as a powerful reminder that you are deeply connected to something greater than yourself, an external force that is guiding and sustaining you. This is not just a gift, it is a call to action, a moment that demands boldness, clarity, and unwavering faith. As you step into this new chapter of your life, let this wealth remind you that you are part of a larger story, one written by the hand of the Creator. Your ancestors, who carried their burdens with hope, and the sacrifices they made in faith, all culminate in this moment. You are the answer to their prayers, the one chosen to rise and transform the legacy they dreamed of into reality. Will you honor their sacrifices by walking boldly into the destiny that God has prepared for you? Now is the time to act, not with hesitation, but with the certainty that comes from knowing you are guided by a higher purpose. As Joshua 1:9 encourages, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This is the moment you've been waiting for, the time to step fully into the legacy that has always been yours. It is the moment to embrace the abundance and purpose that have been patiently waiting for you to claim them. Now is the time to declare your readiness boldly, confidently. Type, "I trust God's plan," as a declaration not just of your faith, but of your willingness to honor the sacred calling that has been placed upon your life. These words are more than just a statement. They are a profound acknowledgement that you are prepared to carry this legacy forward, not only for yourself, but for those who will follow in your footsteps. The universe has spoken, and God walks beside you into a life of transformation, abundance, and deep impact. Will you accept this divine invitation and allow it to propel you into the purpose you were always destined to fulfill? This is your time, your calling, your destiny to claim. Step forward with courage, knowing that you are never alone on this journey. As this new chapter unfolds, remember that God's plans for you are beyond your comprehension, far greater than anything you could imagine. What has been hidden, what you have longed for, is now being revealed. Just like hidden treasures uncovered by the hands of those who seek, your blessings are being unlocked in this very moment. This is your season of restoration and revelation. The time has come, and as you step into it, remember this: what is meant for you can never be taken away. It has always been yours, and now you are ready to receive it. Before we part ways, I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude for your continued support. Your presence means more than words can say. May God's favor and peace be upon you in this year ahead. You are blessed, chosen, and unstoppable. Thank you for being a part of this community, and may this year draw you ever closer to the divine purpose that awaits you. Humanity has made unimaginable progress throughout history, yet there are still things beyond our reach. Mysteries that defy scientific explanation. But what if you, someone living an ordinary life like everyone else, were actually a part of something extraordinary? A journey whispered by an invisible force, echoing through an ancient call that transcends space and time, reaching out to you, the chosen one. You are not simply entrusted with a responsibility that challenges human understanding, but with the immense weight of the universe itself, stretching across the very fabric of its existence. What if I told you that there are hidden, extraordinary signs, mysterious markers bestowed only upon the most powerful of the chosen ones? These are not the common signs of spiritual awakening that many claim to experience. These are something far greater. These signs are sacred, rare, and tied to a journey of profound spiritual elevation, proof of being selected by the divine for a purpose that transcends the ordinary. Have you ever felt an inner shift, a surge of energy stirring deep within you, making you question if there's more to your existence? If so, you may be one of the chosen few, destined to fulfill a higher calling in this world. The signs you are about to uncover are not simply signs of growth. They are divine whispers leading you to a greater destiny. These signs indicate that your connection to the divine and the universal forces surrounding you has reached an extraordinary depth, setting you apart from the rest of the world. Have you ever wondered why you feel things so intensely? Why the world seems to unfold differently for you than for others? Could it be that you are among the rare and powerful ones chosen for a unique purpose? Prepare yourself for a journey of awakening that leads to profound self-discovery. The signs we explore here are not random. They are sacred beacons marking a life set apart for a higher mission. What are these signs, and why are they entrusted only to those who have advanced spiritually to a certain level? This transformation is not just a fleeting sensation. It is a divine signal, a call from the core of your being to align with something greater. Can you recall moments when your very essence seemed to hum with an energy beyond comprehension, as though every fiber of your being was awakening to a greater truth? For the chosen ones, this shift is not subtle. It is palpable, an electric current of divine energy vibrating through you, signaling that you are aligning with God's grand plan and the universal flow He has set into motion. This moment of awakening is akin to being recalibrated, as your physical and spiritual being harmonized with the higher frequencies of the universe. Romans 12:2 speaks to this powerful transformation. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This scripture resonates deeply with the energy shift, as it marks the first step of a divine metamorphosis for those called by God. This heightened sensitivity often extends beyond yourself, enabling you to perceive the vibrations of others and the energies surrounding you. It is a gift and a responsibility to walk this path as one of the chosen. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt an unspoken tension or a profound peace in the air? This ability to sense the subtle energies of people and places is a divine gift, one that sharpens your spiritual perception, guiding you to fulfill your higher calling. 1 Corinthians 2:10 beautifully captures this gift, saying, "The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God." Your growing sensitivity to energy is not merely an accident. It is a part of the awakening process, preparing you for the extraordinary mission God has planned for you. But what does this shift truly mean for your life? It is a divine invitation, a call to pay attention, to open your eyes to the truth that God is awakening you for a greater purpose. Have you noticed how these changes make you more attuned to the struggles and needs of others? This heightened awareness could very well be God's way of preparing you to serve as a vessel for His work in the world. As your energy begins to harmonize with the divine frequencies, your life starts to take on a clarity that others may find captivating or even intimidating. This transformation, while invigorating and empowering, can also be overwhelming. Many chosen ones find themselves questioning why they experience such profound shifts. Yet, when you embrace this change as a sacred gift, it becomes clear that it is both a sign of God's plan and a powerful tool meant to guide you. God is equipping you with spiritual discernment to navigate the complexities of your unique calling. How might this newfound awareness help guide you as you move forward on your journey? As you reflect on this shift in your energy, remember that it is no random event. It is the unmistakable hand of God, shaping you for something far greater than you may have ever imagined. This energy shift often opens the door to a deeper awareness of the unseen forces that shape the world around us. For the chosen ones, this heightened sensitivity allows them to perceive the subtle energies at play in every moment, guiding their path in ways they could never have anticipated. What once seemed mysterious or invisible, an unexplainable current flowing through your life, is now becoming clear. You are beginning to sense the whispers of a world far beyond the physical realm. Have you ever felt as though you could sense unseen forces surrounding you, as if the universe itself was quietly revealing its secrets to you? This awakening, though profound, may leave you feeling a bit disoriented at first. But for the chosen ones, it marks the beginning of a transformative journey, one that will guide you toward your highest purpose. Just as a sailor must learn to trust the winds as they navigate uncharted waters, you are being called to trust in this new awareness. Isaiah 0:21 offers comfort in this moment of transition. Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, "This is the way. Walk in it." These sensations, these vibrations of divine energy moving through you are not random occurrences. They are God's guidance, leading you towards your destiny. As your awareness continues to grow, you may feel as though you are charged with a new vitality, a spiritual electricity that is waking you up in ways you've never experienced before. This is no coincidence. Throughout Scripture, we see God awakening individuals for a specific mission. Think of Moses, who encountered the burning bush, a physical manifestation of God's presence that ignited his purpose. Or consider Paul, whose encounter on the road to Damascus left him changed forever, both physically and spiritually. Like them, your calling is accompanied by unmistakable signs, urging you to recognize that you are set apart for something extraordinary. You are no longer the same. You have been chosen. Your journey has just begun. What does this heightened awareness mean for you personally? It serves as a profound reminder that you are not ordinary. Have you noticed how these powerful sensations often arise in moments of stillness, as though God is amplifying His voice in the quiet? Perhaps this is why Psalm 46:10 gently calls us, "Be still and know that I am God." In these sacred moments of silence, your energy aligns with His will, and the path ahead begins to reveal itself more clearly. Take heart. If you've experienced these inexplicable sensations, they are not signs of confusion, but divine confirmation of your calling. This awakening is the key to discovering your true destiny, a purpose uniquely designed for you by God. How will you respond to this divine charge? Will you embrace the journey with unwavering faith, trusting that God is leading you towards something extraordinary? Let these experiences serve as reminders that you are chosen, set apart to fulfill a role that only you can accomplish in His grand design. Your path is a sacred one, and the time to walk in it has arrived. As the chosen ones continue their spiritual awakening, they often find themselves developing an uncommon emotional sensitivity, a deep empathic ability that transcends the usual boundaries. This is not simply a matter of conventional empathy. It is a spiritual connection to the very emotions and inner lives of those around you. Imagine feeling another's joy as if it were your own, or being moved by their sorrow so intensely that it feels as though your heart carries the weight of their grief. Have you ever wondered why you absorb the emotional atmosphere of a room or person so powerfully? For those among the most spiritually advanced, this heightened sensitivity is both a divine gift and a significant challenge. It gives you the ability to connect deeply with others, offering comfort, guidance, and understanding born from a place of genuine spiritual connection. Yet, it can also leave you vulnerable to emotional overwhelm, as though you are constantly navigating a sea of feelings, both your own and others. Galatians 6:2 reminds us of the sacred responsibility tied to this gift. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way, you will fulfill the law of Christ. This verse speaks to the very heart of the chosen one's journey, being a vessel for God's love, while also learning how to guard your own spirit. This sensitivity allows you to perceive the unspoken struggles and joys of others, often before they even express them. Have you noticed how others are instinctively drawn to share their burdens with you, seeking solace without even understanding why? This is no coincidence. It is a reflection of your divine calling. Jesus himself demonstrated unparalleled empathy during his ministry. He wept with those who mourned, rejoiced with those who celebrated, and carried the weight of others' pain with deep compassion. His ability to connect on such a profound level was rooted in his divine mission. How might your empathic abilities play a key role in the mission God has set before you? Yet, this emotional sensitivity is not without its struggles. The constant exposure to the feelings of others can feel overwhelming, like an emotional flood that threatens to engulf you. In these moments, it is vital to seek refuge in God's strength and peace. Philippians 4:7 reassures us, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." As a chosen one, you are not meant to carry the weight of the world alone. God walks beside you, strengthening you for every step of the journey. His peace will guard you, guiding you through the emotional currents you navigate, providing clarity, resilience, and a deep sense of calm that sustains you in your mission. This divine peace is not only a protection, but also a powerful reminder that you are not alone in this sacred journey. Every step you take, every person you touch with your empathy, is part of a greater plan that has been written for you as one of the chosen to fulfill. The question now becomes, how can you balance this extraordinary gift with the need for emotional self-care? It begins with understanding that your sensitivity is not a weakness, but a sacred tool for fulfilling your divine purpose. By leaning into God's guidance, you can learn to navigate the emotional waves with grace, offering love and light to others without losing your sense of self in the process. Recognizing that this gift comes from God will help you channel it in ways that serve others, while also protecting your own emotional well-being. This gift is a reminder of your unique role in God's grand plan, a role that only you, with your tender heart and empathic spirit, can fulfill. How might you use this ability today to bring healing, hope, or understanding to someone in need? Whether it's offering a listening ear or comforting a hurting soul, your presence has the power to make a profound difference. Your ability to feel others' pain and joy is not just a blessing, it is a calling. This profound empathy goes far beyond a personal trait. It is a testament to your elevated spiritual state. As one of God's chosen, your deep connection with others is a divine blessing, enabling you to perceive and share in their struggles with a compassion that transcends the surface. Have you ever noticed how you intuitively sense someone's pain, even when they haven't spoken a word? This awareness is a clear sign that you are walking a path that is meant to bring light into dark places. Your empathy is not random. It is a reflection of your higher calling, a clear sign that God has set you apart to be a beacon of light for those who are lost or in need. You were chosen for this, to understand what others may not express and to be the light they desperately need. Have you ever wondered why your heart feels so attuned to others, as if their struggles become your own? This is the gift. You carry a divine ability to walk alongside others in their pain and joy, and to offer them the comfort that only God can provide. However, with this gift comes great responsibility. It is not just a blessing, but a call to walk a unique and sometimes difficult path. Just as Christ himself bore the burdens of others with profound compassion, so too are you called to carry a measure of that weight. Matthew 5:14-16 reminds us of the significance of this calling. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. This gift of empathy makes you that light, shining hope and understanding into the lives of others. Yet, with this gift comes the challenge of maintaining your own emotional and spiritual equilibrium. How do you give without depleting yourself? How do you offer healing without losing your own peace? These are questions that every chosen one must face. To continue shining brightly for others, you must also seek to stay grounded in God's peace. It is only by continually turning to Him for strength and guidance that you will be able to offer love and light to others while also nurturing your own soul. In this delicate balance lies the path of the chosen one, walking with others in their suffering, shining your light, and remaining anchored in God's unwavering love. This is not always an easy journey, but it is the one you were called to walk, with the knowledge that God walks beside you, equipping you with everything you need to fulfill your purpose. The chosen ones often find themselves retreating into solitude, not out of weakness, but as a means of preserving their inner peace. Have you noticed how moments of quiet reflection seem to renew your spirit, providing the strength to face the emotional demands of the world? Even Jesus sought solitude to pray and reconnect with the Father. Mark 1:35 reminds us, "Very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up, left the house, and went off to a solitary place where he prayed." This practice of retreating into stillness is a vital part of spiritual nourishment. It is through solitude that you can recharge and align yourself with God's purpose for you. Feeling drained or isolated after experiencing the emotions of others is not a flaw but a natural consequence of your heightened spiritual sensitivity. It is a sign that you are deeply attuned to the needs and struggles of those around you, a powerful reminder of your divine calling. This heightened awareness is both a blessing and a responsibility, and it requires you to honor your own need for restoration. How might you use this awareness to create boundaries that protect your spirit while still offering love and compassion to others? Embracing this gift means finding balance. Seeking moments of solitude when done with intention is not a rejection of others, but a necessary act of self-care. By stepping back and leaning on God's strength, you can nourish your spirit and recharge for the next step in your mission. Psalm 23:3 offers reassurance in this journey. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for His name's sake. Trust that God will guide you in navigating this delicate balance, showing you how to use your gift to uplift and inspire others without losing yourself in the process. Your need for rest and reflection is not a sign of inadequacy, but an essential part of your spiritual journey. So, if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed by the emotions of others, remember that this sensitivity is not a burden, but a mark of your divine calling. It is a rare gift that equips you to bring comfort, understanding, and hope to those in need. How might you embrace this role today, stepping into your purpose with faith and courage? Let your empathy be a source of light, a tool to transform lives and to fulfill the mission God has entrusted to you. As the chosen ones deepen their spiritual connection, remarkable changes in sleep patterns and dream experiences often signal a profound transformation. Gone are the restless nights filled with fleeting, forgettable dreams. Instead, sleep becomes a sacred experience punctuated by vivid, symbolic visions that carry divine guidance. These dreams are not ordinary. They are messages from the spiritual realm, woven with wisdom to illuminate your life's purpose. Have you begun to notice how your dreams linger in your mind, as if whispering secrets meant only for you? For the chosen ones, sleep becomes more than a simple physical necessity. It evolves into a sacred portal, a time when the veil between the material and spiritual realms grows thin. This is when profound revelations occur, moments of clarity that transcend logic and earthly understanding. Your dreams are no longer mere reflections of your subconscious, but divine revelations guiding your path. Imagine waking at unexpected hours, feeling a strong pull to pray, meditate, or reflect. These sudden wakeful moments are no coincidence. Psalm 16:7 says, "I will praise the Lord who counsels me. Even at night my heart instructs me." These nocturnal awakenings are invitations from God to listen, reflect, and align with His purpose. In these quiet moments, when the world is still, your spirit is more open to receiving the wisdom and direction God has prepared for you. You may notice that your sleep cycles become erratic. One night you might experience deep, restorative slumber, only to be interrupted by bursts of wakefulness the next. Within these altered states of consciousness, your dreams take on a vivid, symbolic quality, sometimes so profound that they leave a lasting imprint on your soul. These dreams act as divine roadmaps, offering you insights into your destiny and direction when you most need it. God uses these moments to speak to you, guiding you toward greater understanding and helping you stay aligned with His will. This awakening through sleep is another sign that you are chosen. Your connection to the divine grows stronger in ways you may not fully understand. But you can trust that every experience, whether during the day or in the quiet of night, is part of the sacred journey that God has prepared for you. Keep your heart open to these dreams and revelations, knowing that they are part of the path leading you to fulfill your higher purpose. Like Joseph in the Bible, whose dreams foretold his future and the fate of his family, Genesis 37, your dreams are imbued with a purpose far greater than you may initially realize. How often have you felt that your dreams were guiding you towards something significant, even if the path wasn't clear at first? These visions, though sometimes mysterious or cryptic, carry deep meanings and divine messages meant to illuminate your journey. The ability to interpret these dreams is another blessing bestowed upon the chosen ones. This is not a skill that everyone possesses. It is a divine gift. With time, reflection, and spiritual growth, you may find yourself naturally able to extract wisdom from these visions. You will begin to discern patterns, symbols, and messages that speak directly to your heart. Proverbs 25:2 reminds us, "It is the glory of God to conceal a matter. To search out a matter is the glory of kings." Your dreams are treasures concealed by God, waiting for you to unlock their meaning and embrace their guidance. These dreams are not just fleeting thoughts or subconscious reflections. They are divine instruments to help you understand your purpose and the greater mission God has set for you. As you grow in spiritual awareness, you may start to see that these dreams aren't merely about your personal life, but are part of a larger, cosmic plan. The insights you gain through them will serve not only to guide your own life, but to influence and uplift others along the way. Your dreams are a sacred resource, one that reveals the path ahead and illuminates the steps you need to take. Have you ever wondered why you were chosen to walk this extraordinary path? It is because your spirit is attuned to the higher frequencies of divine wisdom. This journey requires faith, introspection, and a willingness to trust in the unseen forces shaping your reality. But it also brings profound rewards, clarity of purpose, alignment with God's will, and the ability to inspire others through the insights you gain from your experiences. It is through these dreams, messages, and visions that God equips you to fulfill your destiny. So, if you find yourself experiencing these shifts, erratic sleep patterns, prophetic dreams, or an overwhelming sense of connection to the spiritual, embrace them with gratitude. These experiences are not random. They are a testament to your spiritual elevation and the unfolding of a greater plan in your life. When you learn to trust in the guidance your dreams provide, you will find yourself making decisions that align more deeply with your divine calling. How might you use these dreams to guide your decisions, deepen your faith, or help others along their journey? As you walk this path, let these experiences serve as markers of progress. With each dream, vision, and insight, you are drawn closer to fulfilling the unique purpose that God has designed for you. Let your life reflect the wisdom and guidance you receive from these divine encounters, and may you continue to be a beacon of light for those around you. Remember, this is not just a personal transformation, it is a divine calling to fulfill your role in God's story. Step into it with confidence and trust, for you are chosen to walk a path that transcends the physical world and touches the eternal. This calling is not merely a series of events or experiences, it is a sacred invitation to become one with the divine purpose unfolding in your life. As they choose one's journey deeper into their spiritual awakening, they often experience an unmistakable call to solitude and simplicity. This shift is not just a lifestyle preference, it is a profound inner yearning to step away from the noise and distractions of the material world. It is as though your spirit recognizes that in the quiet moments, when the world falls away, there is a deeper truth waiting to be discovered. Have you ever felt an overwhelming desire to retreat, to disconnect from the hustle of life, and seek something far more meaningful? This is the whisper of your spirit calling you to align with your higher purpose. Material possessions and worldly success, once appealing, begin to lose their grip on you. The endless chase for status and wealth fades into insignificance, replaced by an inner longing for peace, purpose, and spiritual alignment. This desire to step away from the chaos is not about escaping reality, but about finding your place within it. Jesus himself spoke of this shift when he said, "Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moths and vermin destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven." Matthew 6:19-20. This detachment from material desires is a hallmark of spiritual maturity, signaling that your heart is turning toward the eternal and the truly meaningful. Your journey is no longer about accumulating things, but about accumulating wisdom, peace, and spiritual clarity. In this stage of awakening, many chosen ones feel drawn to solitude not as a rejection of others, but as a necessary step to deepen their connection with God and themselves. Have you noticed how moments of quiet reflection or time spent alone bring a clarity and peace that are hard to find elsewhere? These moments are where you align your inner world with God's purpose, where distractions fade, and your soul can hear the subtle whisper of the divine. Solitude becomes a sanctuary, a space where you can listen to the whispers of the divine and reconnect with your purpose. Jesus often withdrew to solitary places, not out of avoidance, but to renew his spirit and strengthen his resolve, as we see in Luke 5:16. But Jesus often withdrew to lonely places and prayed. This was a necessary part of his journey, and it becomes a necessary part of yours as well. Nature often plays a pivotal role in this calling. The chosen ones may find themselves irresistibly drawn to the natural world, where the distractions of modern life give way to the serenity and inspiration of creation. Walking through forests, sitting by a flowing river, or gazing at the stars becomes more than just a pastime. It becomes a form of communion with God. Nature provides the space for reflection, healing, and renewal, where the presence of the Creator can be felt in every rustling leaf and every breath of wind. In these moments, you realize that the world itself is an extension of God's divine plan, and you are part of that grand design. So, as you embrace this call to solitude and simplicity, know that it is part of your spiritual awakening, a way to realign your heart with the divine, to listen more closely to the guidance that will lead you to fulfill your greater purpose. Trust in the peace and clarity that solitude brings, and allow it to deepen your connection with God and your sense of calling. Have you ever felt closer to God in these quiet moments, surrounded by nature, as though the earth itself was echoing his voice? Psalm 19:1 beautifully captures this connection. The heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands. There is a sacred harmony in nature, where every leaf, every breeze, and every star seems to testify to the greatness of the Creator. In these serene moments, it is as if the world falls away, and you become one with the divine, hearing his voice in the quietude of creation. This disconnection from material desires and the embrace of solitude is not a withdrawal from life, but a deeper engagement with its true essence. It is about finding joy and fulfillment in simplicity, in the quiet assurance that you're walking the path God has set before you. In this solitude, you no longer seek fulfillment from the external world, but from within, knowing that peace comes not from what you possess, but from who you are becoming in God's design. How might embracing this call transform the way you view success, fulfillment, and your purpose in life? The world often measures success by wealth, status, and external achievements, but in the quiet moments, you realize that true fulfillment lies in the alignment of your soul with God's will. This divine reorientation shifts your perspective. Success becomes less about what you acquire, and more about how deeply you connect with the divine purpose that's unfolding in your life. You begin to see that fulfillment is not a destination, but a journey of spiritual alignment, one step at a time. As you journey through this stage, remember that it is not a rejection of the world, but a reorientation of your soul toward eternity. By stepping away from material distractions, you are creating space for God's guidance to flow into your life. In the stillness, his voice becomes clearer, his will more apparent, and your purpose more distinct. The distractions of the world, once so loud, begin to fade, and in the quiet, you hear the whispers of heaven directing your steps. How will you use this time of solitude to strengthen your spirit, deepen your faith, and prepare for the purpose God has chosen for you? This sacred time is a gift and an opportunity to grow in your spiritual awareness and understanding. In this space, you can cultivate a deeper intimacy with God, allowing him to prepare you for the next chapter of your journey. This time of retreat is essential for refueling your spirit and setting you on the path of divine fulfillment. This yearning for solitude and simplicity is a profound hallmark of the chosen ones, signaling that they are transcending the ego-driven desires that dominate much of humanity. The need to accumulate wealth, achieve status, or impress others begins to dissolve. Instead, a higher calling emerges, a longing to connect with the divine essence within and to align life with a purpose far greater than personal gain. As you embrace this calling, your life takes on a new focus: to serve, to love, and to walk humbly in the light of God's will. Your true purpose lies not in the accolades of this world, but in fulfilling the eternal mission that has been set before you. Have you felt this shift within yourself? where worldly achievements no longer satisfy, and only the quiet pull towards something eternal feels genuine. This transformation is both liberating and challenging. Breaking away from societal norms can feel isolating, as the chosen ones often find themselves at odds with the materialistic values of those around them. Romans 12:2 speaks directly to this inner conflict. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. This shift is not just a change in priorities, but a complete renewal of the soul, a reorientation toward the divine. While the world may see this path as unconventional or even foolish, it is the only way to true spiritual fulfillment. The liberation that comes with this awakening cannot be overstated. The chosen ones no longer feel the weight of external expectations. They are no longer bound by the need to prove their worth through possessions or accomplishments. Yet this newfound freedom often brings moments of disorientation. How do you reconcile a life focused on spiritual growth with a world so entrenched in materialism? It is indeed a delicate balance, requiring both courage and faith. In a world that often values wealth, status, and possessions above all else, it can feel overwhelming to walk a different path. Yet, the example of Jesus serves as a powerful guide. During his time in the wilderness, he resisted the temptations of worldly power, Matthew 4:8-10, choosing instead to remain focused on his divine mission. His unwavering commitment to God's will is a profound inspiration for those who seek a life of spiritual depth over material success. If you find yourself increasingly drawn to solitude, simplicity, and minimalism, take heart. These desires are not random. They are signals that you are on a path of spiritual awakening. You are being called to shed the attachments and distractions that once defined your existence, embracing a life that is more attuned to God's purpose for you. It is a path of stripping away excess, of living with intention, and seeking fulfillment in God's presence rather than in external possessions. It is not always an easy transition, and the pull of the material world can feel strong. However, it is one that leads to profound inner peace and growth. As Matthew 6:33 reminds us, "But seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well." This verse reassures us that when we prioritize God's will and align our lives with his purpose, everything else, whether material or personal, falls into place. It is an invitation to trust that true fulfillment comes from a life focused on the eternal, not the transient. As you walk this path, remember that the discomfort of being at odds with the world is often a sign of your spiritual elevation. The chosen ones are not meant to blend in with the crowd. They are called to rise above the noise and lead by example. Embracing simplicity and solitude allows you to reflect God's light more clearly, serving as a beacon for others who may be lost in the pursuit of fleeting desires. How might this lifestyle allow you to radiate God's peace and love more effectively to those around you? What can you let go of today to create space for God's purpose in your life? It may be an attachment to material possessions, the need for external validation, or the pursuit of worldly success. By releasing these, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, the deep connection with God and the fulfillment of your divine calling. Embrace this calling with gratitude, knowing that it is leading you to a life of deeper meaning, peace, and fulfillment. You are being prepared for something extraordinary, a purpose uniquely designed for you by God. Walk this path with faith, for it is the path that leads to true spiritual growth and eternal peace. As chosen ones progress in their spiritual awakening, a profound transformation often occurs, a remarkable enhancement in their perceptual abilities. This shift goes far beyond ordinary sensory awareness, unlocking a heightened sensitivity to the unseen energies and subtle messages that surround us. It is a divine gift, an invitation to navigate life with deeper insight, to listen to the whispers of the Spirit, and to be a conduit of God's guidance in the world. Have you ever felt as though you could see beyond what is physically present, as if the world itself is revealing a hidden layer of meaning? This is not your imagination, it is a divine gift, a sign of your growing connection to the higher realms. One of the most striking aspects of this enhanced perception is the ability to sense auras and energy fields. You may find yourself intuitively understanding the emotional or spiritual states of others simply by being in their presence. Have you ever felt an inexplicable pull towards someone radiating warmth or peace? Or conversely, an urge to distance yourself from someone whose energy feels heavy or discordant? Trust in this discernment, for it is part of your gift. As 1 John 4:1 reminds us, "Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God." This ability enables you to navigate relationships and situations with clarity and wisdom. In addition to sensing energy, chosen ones often notice symbolic signs and messages in the patterns of nature or the objects and events that cross their paths. Perhaps you've observed repeating numbers, animals appearing at significant moments, or even shapes and symbols in unexpected places. These signs are not random, they are divine communications, guiding and affirming your spiritual journey. Consider the example of Gideon, who sought confirmation from God through signs in Judges 6:36-40. Like Gideon, you are being shown that God is actively guiding your steps, even in the smallest details. This ability to perceive beyond the material world is both a blessing and a challenge. On one hand, it provides an extraordinary level of intuition and discernment, allowing you to understand the energies and intentions of the people and situations you encounter. This heightened awareness can help you avoid harm, make wise decisions, and align more fully with your purpose. But on the other hand, the constant influx of sensory information can feel overwhelming. How do you process so much at once without becoming drained? The key lies in grounding and self-care. Just as Jesus often retreated to solitary places to pray and reconnect with the Father, Luke 5:16, you too must create space for rest and renewal. Regularly grounding yourself through practices such as prayer, meditation, or spending time in nature can help you manage the influx of spiritual and energetic insights. Isaiah 0:31 offers reassurance, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. This enhanced perception is not merely a gift for your own benefit. It is a tool for fulfilling your divine mission. How might you use this ability to help others, to recognize their unspoken needs, or to offer guidance and encouragement? Have you considered how your heightened sensitivity allows you to see opportunities for growth, healing, and connection that others might overlook? As you embrace this gift, remember that it is a sign of your deepening spiritual elevation and your unique role in God's plan. These experiences, while extraordinary, are also deeply personal, reminding you that you are chosen to walk a path of higher awareness. Trust in this journey and lean into the wisdom and strength that God provides. By learning to balance your sensitivity with grounding in faith, you can use this gift to navigate life with grace, purpose, and clarity, fulfilling the mission for which you were chosen. Despite the challenges that come with heightened perception, the chosen ones persist, embracing this extraordinary gift as a compass for their spiritual journey. This ability is not just a sign of their elevation, it is a tool, a divine resource meant to guide their steps and illuminate the path ahead. Have you ever noticed how certain symbols or patterns seem to stand out to you, as if calling for your attention? These are not mere coincidences. They are divine signposts, markers placed by God to reassure and direct you. For the chosen ones, these moments of recognition are deeply meaningful. Patterns in nature, recurring numbers, or even an unexpected phrase heard at just the right time can carry profound messages. These signs remind them that they are not walking alone, but are guided by a higher power. Psalm 7:23 affirms this, saying, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way." This verse encapsulates the essence of these experiences. Every symbol, every sign, is part of God's plan to lead you toward your purpose. But the significance of this gift extends beyond personal growth. The chosen ones often use their heightened perception to offer insights and encouragement to others. Their ability to interpret subtle energies and symbolic messages makes them a source of guidance for those seeking a deeper connection to the divine. Have you considered how your enhanced awareness could be a light for others, helping them navigate their own spiritual paths? This mirrors the calling of prophets in Scripture, such as Samuel, who was chosen to discern God's voice and offer guidance to Israel, 1 Samuel 3. If you find yourself increasingly attuned to the energies and symbols in your everyday life, take heart. This sensitivity is not a burden, but a blessing, a sign that you're walking a path of elevated consciousness. You are being invited to see the world, not just as it is, but as it could be, to glimpse the divine threads woven into the tapestry of existence. How might this perspective change the way you approach your decisions, your relationships, and your faith? Walking this path is not always easy, but it is deeply rewarding. It leads to a greater understanding of your purpose and your unique place in God's grand design. Jeremiah 9:11 offers a powerful reminder of this truth. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." As you continue to embrace this gift, Trust that every symbol, every message, and every insight is part of God's plan to bring you closer to the fullness of your destiny. So, as you navigate this journey, remain open to the signs and symbols that surround you. Embrace your role as a chosen one, knowing that your heightened perception is not only a testament to your spiritual awakening, but also a powerful tool for fulfilling your divine purpose. Trust in the process and let the wisdom you gain illuminate your path and inspire others to seek the light as well. As chosen ones deepen their spiritual awakening, they often discover a remarkable gift, a heightened intuition, and a profound sense of knowing that goes beyond logic or explanation. This is not simply a fleeting gut feeling or a vague hunch. It is a deep, resonant awareness that arises from the core of their being. Have you ever felt an unshakable certainty about a decision or situation, even when all external and internal evidence seem to contradict it? This intuitive guidance is a sacred compass, steering you toward the right path and shielding you from potential harm. For the chosen ones, this knowledge feels like a direct connection to a higher intelligence, a wellspring of wisdom that transcends the physical world. James 1:5 reassures us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." This heightened intuition is not just a gift, it is evidence of a growing relationship with the divine, where answers often come in whispers rather than thunderous declarations. This knowledge manifests in various ways. You might suddenly feel an undeniable sense of the best course of action, even if it defies conventional logic. Or perhaps you sense the true motivations and intentions of those around you without needing them to speak. Have you noticed moments when your instincts guide you toward choices that seemed irrational at the time, but ultimately proved to be correct? Consider the example of Moses, who, guided by divine intuition, made decisions that led to the deliverance of the Israelites, even when those choices seemed impossible to others. Exodus 14. Like Moses, your intuition reflects a divine connection to something greater than yourself. Yet, this gift is not without its challenges. The chosen ones often struggle with trusting their inner voice, especially when it contradicts societal norms or the advice of others. How do you reconcile intuitive insights with the expectations of a material world that values logic over faith? It can be daunting to follow a path illuminated only by the quiet light of intuition, particularly when doubt creeps in. Proverbs 3:5-6 offers comfort. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Trusting your inner guidance is an act of faith, a reflection of your belief in God's plan. For the chosen ones, this intuitive wisdom is not merely a tool for navigating life. It is a testament to their elevated spiritual state and their unique role in the greater divine plan. It requires courage to embrace this gift fully, especially in a world that often dismisses what it cannot measure or explain. Have you asked yourself how this knowledge might be shaping your purpose? Could it be that this gift is meant not only for your own guidance, but also to inspire and uplift others? If you find yourself increasingly attuned to this inner voice, embrace it with confidence and gratitude. Recognize it as a sign that you are walking a path of higher consciousness, one that leads to your true purpose and destiny. Isaiah 0:21 reminds us, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" Your intuition is that voice, guiding you step by step toward the life God has designed for you. As you continue on this path, trust in the wisdom that flows from within. Learn to quiet the doubts and distractions of the material world, grounding yourself in faith and prayer. How might your decisions change if you trusted this inner knowing completely? How might this gift enable you to impact the lives of others, leading them closer to God's light? Remember, this intuition is not a random anomaly. It is a divine affirmation of your role as a chosen one walking a path of purpose and enlightenment. As chosen ones progress through their spiritual awakening, they often encounter unusual physical symptoms that may defy traditional medical explanation. These sensations are not random, but deeply meaningful, signaling the profound inner transformation taking place within you. Have you experienced tingling vibrations coursing through your body, sudden shifts in temperature, or aches and pains without a clear cause? These are not signs of illness or misalignment, but reflections of the energetic shifts required to elevate your consciousness to a higher plane. These physical manifestations are markers of the metamorphosis happening within you, as your body adjusts to rising energetic frequencies and aligns with the elevated state of consciousness you are embracing. This transformation can be uncomfortable at times, producing sensations that seem bewildering or even unsettling. Yet they are reminders of the profound work God is doing within you. Romans 8:28 offers comfort in these moments. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. The discomfort you experience is part of a divine process, shaping you for something greater. The tingling or vibrations you feel in your body often coincide with moments of spiritual insight or deep meditation. These sensations signify that the energy within you is realigning, preparing your vessel to hold higher frequencies. Could this be God's way of signaling that you are ready to receive more of His wisdom and love? Similarly, temperature fluctuations